Dennis Lillee to Viv Richards.
He said, we can win this so-and-so game, and just marched out of the door.
Dennis obviously bowled them on purpose.
The first ball was a bouncer, the second ball was a bouncer.
There's another bouncer, and that was a much better one, and Dennis Lillee is obviously not going to give up this one without a fight, because
I've asked the question, Bobby, will the umpires warn Dennis Lillee for bowling too many bounces on over? 3 out of 3 now.
In Australian cricket, one fast bowler stands alone in the modern era. Many regard him as the greatest ever. The Dennis Lillee story is well known, but one of his greatest feats came in a match that many of us don't know about. It was a one-day game between Western Australia and Queensland in 1976.
Good morning from the Western Australian cricket ground, Perth, where play is just about to begin in the second semi-final of the 1976-77 Gillette Cup.
It was over in the West, and the people in the West, of course, got the shock of their lives when they were bowled out for 77.
And that's bowled.
Out.
And out.
Ooh,
that must be close.
What about?
Yes, LBW.
He could be out.
Could be out.
He's
yes,
out. Caught
easy
Richards.
Catch by Richards.
Bowled him.
Beautifully fielded by Dimmock, and that is out, and what a tragedy. Everything has gone wrong for Western Australia today.
Western Australia bowled out for 77 by Queensland, and it looked as if it was all over.
I thought we could win it. We had Viv Richards, myself, 2 international batters in the lineup. You know, you'd think that perhaps one of us get some runs and we'd be able to win that game, but it didn't reckon on probably one of the great performers of all time, and that is Dennis Keith Lillee.
But he's gone without scoring, and it's a good catch by Alan Jones. What a dramatic morning this has been, this Gillette Cup second semi-final. Lillee caught Jones, bowled Greg Chappell without scoring.
Rodney Marsh was the captain of the team, and I remember Rod telling me the story afterwards. He said, we're in the dressing room, we're just getting ready to go, and I was about to sort of say something to the team like, come on, you know, we can still win this game. When, and I can't tell you completely the story because this is a family program, but you'll get the gist of it with Dennis. But apparently he leapt up before Rodney and he said, we can win this so-and-so game, and just marched out of the door, went out onto the ground before the captain, led the Western Australian side out there before the captain. Rodney Marsh was sort of back in the background. Dennis just charged out onto the ground and picked up the ball, and Rodney said the rest of the team, when they heard this from Dennis and they just saw him go, he said, you've suddenly felt in the room that there was a chance that they could win this game.
We've got the side of Dennis Lillee measuring out his run, warming up, ready to take up the fight. And if West Australia are going to get up at all, it's going to be through the strong right arm of Dennis Lillee. But it's Dennis Lillee to Viv Richards.
The man that he really wanted to get out because of the way he scored his runs, how quickly he scored them, was Viv Richards. So it became a battle between Viv Richards and Dennis Lillee.
How do you do, Viv? Nice to have you in Perth, Dennis said as he let a bouncer go.
He charged in and he bowled, the first ball was a bouncer, the second ball was a bouncer.
There's another bouncer, and that was a much better one, and Dennis Lillee is obviously not going to give up this one without a fight, because there's a test on here, you know, there's a test of supremacy. Dennis Lillee still considered perhaps the best bowler in the world, and many consider Viv Richards the best batsman.
I mean, one of them was a rip snorter, the other 3 were just bouncers. And Viv, I think, was just a little bit cautious about the one that was a good one. And it was still on its way up when it got to me.
Whoops.
And that's a big bouncer by Lillee then. Viv Richards going for the hook, but it was much too late as it flew by, and Rod Marsh, as you saw on the screen, had to get up high to take it.
We asked the question, Bobby, will the umpires warn Dennis Lillee for bowling too many bounces on over? 3 out of 3 now.
He'll have to be brave in Perth to do that, I think, Bill.
The thing that I remember the most was the challenge against Viv Richards. I mean, and here's an indication of how stupid administrators are. You know, they've taken the bouncer out of the limited overs game. I see that they are now talking about bringing it back in at 1 per over. But here's Dennis Lillee, 4 bouncers on the trot.
4. He's got to be warned. What's the umpire? He's moved across, and he's warning Dennis Lillee. Yes, quite right.
Dennis obviously bowled them on purpose, but yeah, because the pitch was slightly damp, I think Dennis said to the umpire, Don Hawkes, I'm not trying to, but my foot's slipping a little bit, and I'll try and keep him up. Having no intention whatsoever to change the way he was going to bowl that day anyway.
That was well up there.
Dennis had got him going, you know, and it was just marvellous cricket. And you know, to me, that's the excitement of the game of cricket. And it's certainly when you're a commentator and you've got a champion fast bowler against a champion batsman and they just lock horns. I mean, that is a fantastic scenario.
Dennis, typical Dennis fashion, just sort of continued down the pitch and kicked the stump. And I thought that was just very symbolic of, you know, what had happened and what was about to happen.
And the winner on that encounter is Dennis Lillee.
And look at the
crowd's
West
gone mad.
Australians and the crowd. They've gone wild. They think they're in there with a chance.
The noise that emanated from that crowd, and it wasn't a Melbourne Cricket Ground crowd, was just incredible. But it was a very, very special battle. And of course, Lillee went on to bowl him out and win the match for Western Australia.
Out. Yes,
And that's well caught there. Magnificently caught. And another hook, and he's once again Greg Chappell staying for the decision.
Well, he's got 7 balls to wrap up this match. And if ever men in Australia could bowl out 2 tail-enders, it's Dennis Lillee.
Oh, and giving it plenty of
To run out! To run out! Yes! He's out! Oh dear! McLean run out. Sure wouldn't respond to McLean's call, and tragedy for Queensland.
It was one of those games, I suppose. You know, we've all played in a few low-scoring games, and often, you know, you think just because you've bowled the opposition out for a low score that you should win the game. But that was one day when I wasn't all that confident with Dennis Lillee at the other end that we were going to do it.
And he's hit that. He's out! Caught in the gully. It's all over. Caught in the gully. So Western Australia bowl Queensland out for 62. An unbelievable performance. And what a cricketer, Dennis Lillee, as the children pour onto the ground. Dennis Lillee, 4 wickets. Won this game off his own bat by bowling Richards in the first over. He picked up Ogilvie and Chappell and finished off the game with Shiller being caught in the gully, and Western Australia win with Queensland all out for 62, Bobby Simpson.
Well, what an incredible game and what an incredible finish with the people pouring under this ground to congratulate the West Australian team, and well they might do because they've responded magnificently to this task which everyone thought was quite beyond them. But what an amazing...